Like the internet is down, right? Yeah. So let me try and tether maybe.
No, let me see.
And we have Wi-Fi, and we have, why it says like end streaming?
Well, it says it's live.
Yes, okay, live. For a minute. I don't know. If is it live? Hello and welcome. Very disturbed, but undefeated by technical difficulties. We are back, hopefully live to you at Build Propulsion Lab at DP Summit 2024. Welcome back. And my next guest is Aida. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for joining. Aida, you're with a company called Toast. Yeah. And from what I understand, you did an amazing job in improving Gradle build times in your organization, namely Android builds.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, Android builds are kind of famous by being, how should we put it, challenging.
Yeah, challenging is the right word, yeah.
Challenging is the right word. So tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah. Our point-of-sale app, the main app that is used across all restaurants within our customers, what happened is that we've noticed product has grown a lot, the features were added, more contributors were brought into the company, so the company has grown. However, the number of builds went up, and the build times went up dramatically. We saw even within 1 year period, year to year from 2022 to 2023, we've got over 40% build time increase, average build time increase.
That's disturbing. I mean, that's like really not great developer experience.
Definitely not great developer experience. It was definitely a pain point, and we've seen this pain point coming specifically through DX surveys with developers who were complaining a lot about slow builds, how much it was actually affecting their workflow, their focus time, and not knowing simply how long it takes for them to complete their build and how soon can they get their features in.
That was my next question. How did you know about this increase? What do you measure?
So we measure, in our Jenkins, we usually measure our build time from the moment it starts, from the moment we get the webhook event, from our GitHub when something was committed, pushed, all right? And then from that moment we measure until the build is complete. So it means, yes, it includes the wait times as well until the agent becomes available, but it also includes all of the additional stages within the Jenkins itself.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so wow, 40% increase, wow, developers are complaining, now what?
So now what? For us, we understood it was a big problem, and we decided, what can we do about it? And I'm a person who always looks for, I'm a developer, so I always look for lazy solutions, and I always look for quick wins about like what are some quick wins we can use to make experience better. And one of them for us was specifically looking into, first of all, one of them was for us to bring Gradle Enterprise into our tooling to understand if there are some kind of issues happening within our build processes that can slow down and possibly create a bottleneck within the build processes. And on top of that, we were also investigating the state and status of our CI settings, CI configuration, and everything that was happening down there. And we found lot of learnings. Number one learning, our CI was pretty old, CI instance from 2013. The number of agents were there, very limited because it was built for 2015-13 team versus 2024 team. So we had about 10x increase in developers and like 1,000% increase in our features. If you can imagine the scale was not there from the infra perspective even to support.
So this is an easy fix. You just throw hardware on it and it's done.
Yeah, so that's what we thought. Like, the first fix, let's throw more computing power, and let's increase our CI, let's increase our agents, let's increase our RAM and memory. However, one thing we learned is that we kept hitting out of memory issue, even though we were kept increasing our heap size and we were kept increasing our CI memory. Right? And this is where we definitely needed to start looking into the build processes themselves. And this is where build scans helped us a lot to identify what kind of task is taking longer time and then taking up more memory.
And what did you find?
There was a lot of learnings. The first learning was around, there was one of the tests, like in our unit test stage, we kept hitting out of memory issue. We couldn't understand what exactly was happening. And then it's because I set the heap size for unit test to be 1 gigabyte because it is more than enough for unit tests.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, it should be more than enough. Like you don't need more than that, especially if your entire application only requires 8 gigabyte of heap size. So, however, we kept hitting this out of memory, and I'm like, okay, something must be happening there. And then I drilled down the build scan, identified a test case that was eating up more than 1 gigabyte. And that was the only single test case that kept hitting the out-of-memory issue consistently.
Wow, what was it?
So it was the name of the test case?
No, I mean, why did it consume all this heap?
So I actually asked the original contributor author of that test case, and he came back and said, technically, it's not a unit test per se, it's more of a linter, static analysis in place. And I'm like, oh, okay, but it's sitting under unit test.
It shouldn't be there.
Shouldn't be there. Yeah, it was kind of a quick, fun learning, and then we ended up just moving the test case out of the unit test.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if there was more like aha moments like that you like discovered, and then like everything got a little bit better.
So another aha moments for us was that looking into CI scripts was interesting to see because our CI scripts were still written sequentially. Stages were written sequentially while so many different features were added in our CI scripts. Like we introduced the lint, we introduced the code coverage, and all of the code quality stuff was added. However, everything was still sequential, and the aha moment was, why can't we utilize parallelization? Let's parallelize all of our stages. We can get the benefits. We actually, after parallelizing, we got a lot of wins there too.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Excellent. Aida, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
We learned a lot. And for you at home, guys, take a look at Gradle build scans. They're free, and they will help you find those hidden bottlenecks that won't be solved by just throwing more hardware on it.
Yeah.
Aida, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
You all stay tuned for more episodes of the Build Revision Lab at DP Summit 2024, network troubles allowing. I think we kind of sort of stabilized it, wishful thinking. You will see more of this awesomeness. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.